Have you ever seen a floating city, one of those that you are pretty sure defies all of physics? One of those marvels of engineering, taking a vertical skyscraper and turning it on its side, made to float and then some? Well, the Caribbean Cruises Oasis of the Sea is much more than just a floating city. It is a culmination of human fantasies that is sure to leave anyone in awe and a broken jaw of astonishment. We aren't even joking, this is jaw-dropping, eye-popping, mind-blasting sort of stuff. So imagine now what this ship looks like after going through some recent upgrades. Here in this video, we will take a look inside the Royal Caribbean cruise ship after a $165 million renovation was done. Let us ask you, do you think spending these mega millions on renovations is worth it? Let us know in the comments below. Now before we begin, please smash up that like button, subscribe to our channel, and set that bell notification to all so you never miss an upload from us. We bring you 3 new and exciting videos each week, so be sure to tag along. Done? Hit that intro. Now before we get into all the astonishing updates, let us take a short trip to the not-so-distant past and see what this boat was all about in the first place. In 2009, at the time of its launch, the Oasis of the Seas was the largest cruise ship in the world, measuring a massive 360-meter length and 65-meter height. We told you, it's like a horizontal skyscraper. At the water's edge, it has a spectacular 45-meter beam that increases to almost 65 meters on the top decks. Yeah, she's a little top-heavy. With 2,700 guest rooms, it can accommodate 5,400 passengers when fully occupied. Imagine all the hungry mouths that have to be fed daily. It has been several years since the ship first set out on its maiden journey, so Royal Caribbean decided to bring its creation up to speed. Well, this endeavor would require the company to cough up $165 million. But after the many wonderful things they put into it, it all seems justified and anything for a better curbside appeal, right? As part of the Royal Amplified program, a whopping $1 billion was allotted to reno efforts of 10 cruise ships. Here we describe the 63-day, $165 million renovation of Oasis. Panoramic suites. Let us start with the lodgings, or rather, the state-of-the-art suites added to the ship. The entirely new element on Oasis of the Seas for Royal Caribbean will be the 30 suites, which will be situated atop the navigation bridge. Everything else on Oasis of the Seas is new, but it was inspired by earlier ships of the same class, particularly the Quantum class and the more recent Oasis ships. Well, these rooms are the upgraded version of the original panoramic suites. Now, when we say updated, we don't mean a new bed or a lamp. It involves a complete overhaul of the original models. 2 of these cabins will have separate living spaces, floor-to-ceiling windows, and 270-degree views. Imagine looking out from the window and seeing the vastness of the ocean around you. Amazing, right? Let's just hope you're not one of those people who easily get seasick. Now, if you thought this upgrade was awesome, then you're going to love the next addition even more. New deck area. Do you love water slides? Well then, the reimagined pool and sports area are going to be the spot for you. There are a number of additions, including the double 10-story high Ultimate Abyss that you've most likely seen advertised on your local TV ads. This famous set of slides was introduced aboard the Harmony of Sea and has now finally come to the Oasis. You literally go inside the open maw of a freaky-looking fish and then slide to the lower levels. How's that for a role reversal? Finally, a fish gets a chance to devour the human tourist. Other items include the Perfect Storm, which is a trio of multi-story water slides known as Typhoon, Cyclone, and Supercell. With translucent views located in places where the height is most intimidating, these rival water slides hurtle down across multiple decks and a dozen feet out over the sides of the enormous ship. It might almost seem like you are taking a slide straight off the edge of the ship. Anything to pump up the adrenaline. If this won't make you even more seasick, we don't know what will. The slides are present on various Royal Caribbean ships and were first featured on Harmony of the Seas. Even the names of these slides are enough to give us chills. How embarrassing it is that young kids are able to manage this without any fear whatsoever. We're supposed to be the role models after all. Additionally, a brand new splash-away bay for children has been built, featuring a splash pad for the little ones, 3 water slides, water cannons, fountains, pools, and twin drench buckets. All of these things now come with the ship's original twin flow rider surf simulators, 9-deck high zip line, and the double rock climbing walls. That's a whole lot of activity packed in one spot. The kids might never want to leave. The kids might never mention Disneyland again. Next up is the brand new pool area with a branch to the famous bar the Lime and Coconut that is located in the middle of the top deck. Royal Caribbean appears determined to establish Lime and Coconut as a staple on the pool decks of all of its larger ships. Well, as long as the drinks keep flowing and the music keeps playing, we don't mind any sort of bar. While the kids play, the adults also play. Each level of the complex has your typical bar, while the third level or roof has cabanas. The Caribbean-style bar features a variety of regional beverages, reggae music, poolside fare, and an overall extremely laid-back atmosphere. The pool area now has a larger variety of seating and options for shade, so you can expect to see casitas, daybeds, hammocks, swing seats, and best of all, new whirlpools on the top deck. Nothing beats being in water on the water. Oh, and did we mention a solarium for adults? Yes, it has that too. This boat seems to have everything now, doesn't it? Well, it's expected. After all, Royal Caribbean did spend some big bucks on these upgrades. So before we get into the other features, why don't you guys grab a quick snack? When ready to return, hit the subscribe button and give us a nice big thumbs up. It only takes a second. Now let us get back to exploring the Oasis. Added dining options and entertainment. What sort of cruise ship is complete without a fancy dining arrangement? Well, after the refurb, Oasis is delivering the best food there is. Barbecue enthusiasts can rejoice in the knowledge that Portside Barbecue, the cruise line's first ever barbecue restaurant, will be able to tend to their cravings with a menu inspired by barbecue across the U.S. It's time to get ready for some sweet, mouth-watering meats. Nothing is better than a freshly caught cow from the ocean, right? If you aren't into barbecue, then El Local Fresh will serve made-to-order tacos, burritos, quesadillas, tiny salads, and salsas for grab-and-go customers. Imagine the yummy fish tacos at sea. The oh-so-relaxed Caribbean vibes, away from the stress of work that you have now all but forgotten about while on board. Switch those phones off. Better yet, toss them into the ocean, because you're on vacation mode. Food isn't the only thing that is good about the Oasis. They also ensure that all their visitors have a good time, and for that, they have amazing entertainment options. The Boardwalk neighborhood's entertainment scene is led by the Playmakers Sports Bar and Arcade, which features 80 big-screen TVs, classic arcade games, tabletop games, tournaments, an owner's box VIP area, bar cuisine, and of course beer. Lots of beer. Venturing down to Sugar Beach, it offers something like 220 different types of candies in addition to their new walk-up ice cream window. Note to parents with kids, it is better to keep the little ones away from this sweet spot, as they'll more than likely otherwise be bouncing around the small cabin at night due to one massive sugar rush. All these establishments discussed complement the current Chops Grill, Giovanni's Table, and Izumi. Always something new coming. Check the most current ones on their website. Karaoke. Do you pride yourself on your ability to sing songs? If yes, then give your vocals a try at the new Spotlight Karaoke. It's located on the Royal Promenade and is quite similar to the Lucky Voice in Dubai. If you don't think that people will boo you off, then you can go on the main stage and let loose your pipes. For the more shy singers out there, you'll be happy to know there are private booths available for you as well. We think that you can overcome that shyness with a beer or 20. You're at sea after all. What meeting? Kids area and activities for families. When all of the things we mentioned before are great, this one takes the cake for being an absolute blessing for parents with unhinged kids. The Adventure Ocean area received a complete makeover. Instead of being a random collection of activities, every section will be divided into its respective space. A nursery for the youngest visitors, as well as a specific space with programs for children between the ages of 3 and 5. A secret entrance, a gaming lounge, movies, music, and a new outdoor deck will all be included in the ship's adolescent hangout. Some other new activities include a glow-in-the-dark laser tag game, Clash for the Crystal City, and one more amazing thing that might get the attention of the thrill seeker in you. Any guess? Ever been to an escape room? If not, then you can get to experience that here. This is a relatively new feature and looks like the control room of a nuclear depot, but in reality it's the reenactment of the 1970s Apollo launch. Here, you attempt to unravel the mysteries of the lunar landing and safely guide Apollo 18 to the moon. You do this by searching the command center for hints to solve challenging puzzles, with characters flashing across a green screen, things appearing on the walls, and a constant hum of chatter and activity. Now don't worry, even if you fail, some poor astronaut's life doesn't hang in the balance. Music Hall. One last addition to the Oasis is the Music Hall. This is a 2-deck space with an atrium around the dance floor. It occupies the 7th and 8th decks and hosts live bands, popular rockaoke's, music performances, live DJs, and best of all, there is a bar on each level, so you will never find yourself without a drink. So, do you think that the Oasis renovations lived up to its expectations? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think it was worth it to invest this sort of money to revamp this ship, or would you have just bought an entirely new one instead? We hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe and share this one with your friends. While you wait for our next vid to come out, please look at some of our other great content listed in the links of the comment section below. Until next time, bye for now.